22nd season has emphasized here is dual meat presentation. They've asked, and the answer has always been yes, whether it was smoke, lights, music, a live DJ. And they've created the atmosphere for wrestlers like Jax Forrest, the freshman out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, who when Iowa and Oklahoma State wrestled in November, went to his high school practice that afternoon and watched the end of that duel from home. He enrolled this semester. He's just learning how to do laundry, but he is dominating this stage already. And it's a Drake Ayala, a returning national finalist who last year was one of several who helped extend Iowa's streak to 34 straight years with an NCAA finalist. Rock, just a weekend ago, you saw Jax Forrest against Aaron Seidel in Blacksburg.
And what the coaches, there's a slide by immediately there. Look at the creativity here of Jax Forrest. It was going to be the battle of slide-bys, and he's going to try and get height. But once again, Drake Ayala has been in this position before. He is a veteran. Moving forward, watch the cradle there.
Look at these guys go. Wow. What a sequence.
And there's another slide by. Both guys are going to do a slide by. When you saw the slide by there by Ayala, Ayala does it from the knees. But when a slide by comes there for Jax Forrest, he holds the elbow and throws it by and puts his hips in. It's a battle of the slide bys. You saw him in the first period already.
And this is why reaction time is so important. On that first slide by Ayala, we had hands touch from Jax Forrest, but immediately recovers, turns in, and initiates the scramble, and finds himself back on his feet. Still no points. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of action from this match.
In on a single there by Jax Forrest. Smart wrestling there.
Rock, I really love the question that you asked Jax Forrest today. What's underrated about him? His flexibility to get in and out of any position.
And that's something that he said he's worked on, but he's always been kind of flexible. But one thing that he is, he's creative. He says when he goes to practice, he wants to find himself in unique scenarios.
And there was a question today whether it would be Jax Forrest, whether it would be Ronnie Ramirez here at 133 pounds for Oklahoma State. With either one of them wrestling today would burn their red shirt. And Forrest said when he enrolled, he was always going to wrestle. He was not going to come here if he was not going to be on the mat in the postseason. Not a measure of too much confidence, just a guy who is sure in his abilities.
I'm intrigued with watching the slide-bys here. You just see him ever so slight. But one thing you'll see about Drake Ayala, he'll go to slide-by, but then he'll drop down to a single.
And look at how wise he's being with that left hand.
Exactly.
He'll go to the collar, but he immediately drops it, finds himself on his butt. Look at the high C.
A spring-loaded freshman for Oklahoma State.
He was attacking the right side the whole time, the left side of Ayala, and then he went to a high C. Let's look at this. He was usually attack, watch the high C, and went immediately to double.
Watch the hop. Casts his hips over, finds the double leg, runs him down to a hip. Great finish.
Good job there by Ayala pushing the leg away. A lot of guys want to hold the leg forward, but you want to push that leg away. But now it's figure forward, and that's a very tough position. But what Ayala did, he army crawled forward to loosen that up.
Improve, guys.
And look at the deep, tight waist. Right leg in, heavy hips, arching.
His riding time is going to be around 50 seconds here at the end of the first period. A bouncy takedown, a 3-0 lead for Jax Forrest, who will be the guy, Quinn, for Oklahoma State in the postseason at 133.
Forrest is a 19-year-old freshman. He actually graduated high school in December, reclassifying. There's a 5-date limit, and tonight he goes over that limit and burns the red shirt. They've been taking it 1 week at a time, but Jax said, well, I knew there was going to be no red shirt. I came here to wrestle.
Top pound-for-pound recruit in the class of 2026.
One thing Jax Forrest, look at that nasty slide by there. My goodness.
That's 3.
That is.
Look at the hand touch. Just clean, and Ayala's keeping himself within right? He's keeping himself in the match, finding ways to keep the action going, but Forrest, just a variety of attacks, different arrays, from the high crotch to the slide by, scrambling ability, riding on top at the end of the first period, just showing that he can wrestle from every position.
And Ayala is doing a good job of keeping that elbow back, just trying to keep that left elbow in like a prize fighter, keep that in tight, but it doesn't matter.
And Jordan, Jax Forrest told us this morning, we talked to him probably for 45 minutes. It felt like it flew by. He said everybody he wrestled is surprised by his strength. What was your reaction to that?
There's wisdom there. Typically, we think he's an agent of chaos, so he's one of those guys. Oh, and Ayala finds himself in on the high crotch, crackdown position. He's looking for the... Oh, he's got a cradle locked up, Rob. He's got a cradle locked up.
This is it. It might be it. This place is going to go crazy. Is it going to stick him? It might be it. Oh, my goodness.
So now, mentally, there's a shift here. There's a shift here. We thought this was going to be a competitive match. We go from just trying to win to now looking for a tech fall.
Drake Ayala was doing everything right there. His head was at the knee, but when you tuck your head against a guy that's prolific in cradles, you're going to put yourself in a tough position. What a second period there by the true freshman.
Well, with the way he's scoring as a first-year wrestler, you might just have to call him the bonus baby, racking up this 14-1 lead.
Keeps wrestling. He's always wrestling. There's no agreement that he's going to stop and look for a stalemate. Every position is a wrestling position for Jax Forrest.
Drake Ayala was doing the right job, but when he had his head there, a long wrestler like that was able to turn the corners, and he got the takedown, and boy, was that close. Almost there. It only takes 1 second, but good fight by Ayala to get out.
And I immediately thought of Nick Pinchinini, Spencer Lee, in that same exact position. Cradle on the edge of the mat in a big matchup here in Gallagher, Iowa. The place would have exploded. They're still on their feet. Jax Forrest looking for a tech fall. We're going to get swipes here. He's got the Navy ride, looking for low leg cradle. He runs his hip. There's 1, 2. We got 2 swipes. That's 2 swipes.
I'm telling you, if you've never seen Jax Forrest, he is the real deal. Do not second guess this. A month inside of a college season, and this is what he's doing to the 2-time national finalist.
And someone mentioned this to me today. He said that these young freshmen, D. Lockett, Sergio Vega, Jax Forrest, they have a lack of respect for the veterans in college.
So continue to move forward and look forward right there, trying to get points. He is relentless when it comes to scoring. And he's almost at a tech fall. This is crazy, JB. This is absolutely nuts.
I can't believe it. If you would have told me this would be a 14-point match with a minute remaining, I wouldn't have believed it. We knew he could wrestle, right? We knew he loved to wrestle, and that this was going to be a competitive match, but we had no idea that the gap was this wide between these two, and he's only getting better. As we mentioned, he's been on campus for less than a month.
That's crazy.
What's it look like when he gets more time, more leadership, better partners under his belt?
Doing this against a 2-time national finalist in his senior season. And Jax Forrest had wrestled 5 matches going into his redshirt decision here tonight. They played it coy throughout the course of the week, but really it always felt like this is what had to be the decision for Oklahoma State. Clearly the right one.
JB, after this, it's hard not to put him as the top guy in the country. He's wrestling so well. Let's see a slide by.
And he's not done. Look at him, still working. He's not resting. Here, looking to finish this match off with a tech fall. Another slide.
Good fight there by Ayala.
Forrest fells the finalist.
It was one of those faces I'm seeing from Ayala that what could I do? Coach, what could I do?